Tomorrow, tomorrow, the sun'll come out tomorrow. You're only a day. Why am I singing the song from Annie? I've seen that movie in like 100 years. It is an important video. I love important stuff that you're never taught by your parents or you're never taught in school. People either think you're smart or you're dumb. Yeah. People on the coasts that think they're so smart. I went to Harvard. Bully. I lived out there in San Francisco. Yeah, I've met plenty of pseudo-intellectuals. I went to a congregation of them once, only because I was invited by a kind of friend. It was a Mensa meeting. Horrible, horrible people. Horrible. A group of high IQ, intelligent fools. Yep. Fundamentally, there's technically 6 different types of people, but fundamentally there's 4. There's the wise idiot, there's the smart fool, there's the smart wise person, which is the most rare, and then there's the foolish idiot, which is really the most common. There are 2 others in there. I don't want to make this video extremely long. The wise idiot is rather rare. This is a person, I'm just going to give one example. There are many examples. Actually, give a couple. Like one would be like a Sanyasin that lives out in the forests. It's like a forest dweller. You know, seeking after wisdom and illumination, pondering the secrets of the universe, like wander into town with a begging bowl and will wander back into the forest. And he's only like in town or among people like maybe 1/10 of 1% of his entire life. You know, this person might not know how to read or write, and he doesn't have any money, doesn't have anything. Probably barefoot. Those people still exist. There's nowhere near as many as they used to be. Yeah, or another example is somebody that might have dropped out of elementary school up in the woods of far eastern Kentucky. I've met people like I get along great with them. They're so good to get along with. And yeah, I don't know much. Might barely be able to read or write, and I don't care about that. These are not intelligent people, but by God, if the poo hit the fan, that is the person you want on your side. They know how to hunt and fish and scavenge, and they like know which direction they're heading in. You know, whether it's north, east, south, or west, by which side the moss is growing on the tree. It's like you can do this with that. And they know everything, all the stuff you can eat in the forest and all the stuff you can't eat. Just on and on and on and on and on. Just, yep, but they don't have any book smarts, as a person would generally say. Yeah. I'm going to get to the most dangerous here in a second. Most rare is actually a smart, wise person, someone that is intellectually very capable and yet is also incredibly wise, someone that has both book smarts and knows natural order. This is the most rare person in the world. Basically, they don't exist anymore. There's a few of them on Earth. The most common, of course, is the foolish idiot. This is a person that might be moderately book smart, yet doesn't follow natural order, does evil things, is completely concerned with avarice, do your neighbor over before he does you sort of mentality. Everything they do is bestial and animalistic. It's all about money, food, power, sex. You know what I'm talking about. Intelligent, yeah. The most dangerous person is the intelligent fool. Every evil person throughout history, whether it's Schicklgruber, just name any of these horrible people, Jim Jones, and all the people that, especially in the past few years, they've really popped their head up. Unelected bureaucratic weasels. I can name a few of them, but I don't want to. Well, it's really high IQ. You graduated magna cum laude from Harvard. Yes. Doctors are the second leading cause of death. You can become a doctor. You only have to have a good bit of money to go through med school, either that or, of course, a lot of student loans. And take a lot of caffeine pills so you could stay up and do a lot of memorization. It's about passing a lot of tests. There is some hands-on stuff like learning how to stitch, a diagnostic eliminate, but it's the second leading cause of death. Doctors are. There's a reason for that. It's because someone's a doctor doesn't mean anything. This is a person that is good or learned the skills of memorization, graduated from med school, but, wouldn't put your life in their hands. No way, no how. 99% of them I wouldn't anyway. Evil people, people that are highly intelligent and yet are fools. They have no wisdom. These are always the most. Every evil person you could point to in history that's done every horrible, evil, sadistic thing imaginable, these have always been highly intelligent people that fundamentally are fools. Unwise, i.e. a fool. These are the most dangerous people. People don't get that. There's a huge difference between empirical knowledge, i.e. episteme, and wisdom, following natural order, knowing, how the universe works. You came into this world with nothing, you're going to leave with nothing. The intelligence doesn't get these people anything. I've encountered over decades, and including too in comments, and it's always invariably the case. I used to debate metaphysical definitions of original, and I emphasize original Buddhism for these people, including all the comments that I get, where people say, "Oh, it's a word salad." I was like, "Hey, it's a word salad. I got a definition link below, where I define all this stuff. I'm not using big words. I mean, I could use big words, but people say, "Oh, it's a word salad. You don't know what you're talking about." They all have the same thing in common, is they make unsubstantiated claims and they give absolutely no evidence for them. I'll get emails like that from people. They say, "There's no soul in Buddhism." It's like, I've written countless articles on this topic, have book and verse citation, over and over and over and over and over again, book and verse citation. I have the quotes to back me up. I have the facts to back me up relative to that. Not that there's demonstrable objective proof regarding the soul, for example. The logic is there. There can be no such thing as liberation without, of course, a liberant. It's completely impossible. Definitionally, it's impossible. And yet they all say the same thing. And they never have anything back them up. They make many claims, no evidences, no logic. Even if you don't have evidence, like, well, I don't know all the citation. Well, at least make an attempt at it. Provide me some logic or some proof behind it. And of course they can't. I get all these people coming after me for, I used to anyway, until people kind of generally realized I was right. They say, "Who are you to say there's no such thing as a photon or electron?" Well, there is no such thing as a photon. It's a conception based upon the misunderstanding of the coaxial circuit of light. There's no such thing as a light particle. This is an atomistic concept dreamt up by relativists who think that Mother Nature has a bag of magic bumping particles. Same is true of the electron. That's not my position. It's the position of Tesla, Steinmetz, Heaviside, Dollard, and others. The most brilliant minds of field theory said, including the so-called discoverer of the principle, J.J. Thomson, who said the electron is one unit of dielectric induction. It's not a particle. These are the smartest minds of field theory the Earth has ever produced. They all said there's no such thing as an electron particle. It's ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. People will do drive-bys on you. You know what a drive-by is? Like you drive by, not literally, figuratively drive-bys on you. Attack the heck out of you, which I don't care about. If you're going to make a claim about something, well, you're wrong in this view. Well, provide some evidences, and if you don't have the evidences, at least provide the logic. More often than not, I get to say this because I'm half German. They're German or Dutch or English. They've literally, they've been going to dragon fighting school for years, or they got I went to college, so I got a 6-year degree. I even got a postdoctoral. Good for you. Tell them, you come up, and you're like, there's no such thing as dragons. So, you sure there is? I've been learning how to fight dragons for years. Like, no. Uh-oh, my fireplace froze. It's okay. They just don't want to understand that they're wrong. They think that they are the beliefs. They have this belief system in their head, and nobody is their beliefs. And that's the way it is. There's just no way around it. My fireplace froze. Does that mean I need to put more money in for my internet? I've actually got really good internet, by the way. This computer is quite old, though. That's the reason for that. I'll edit that out of this video. My fireplace froze. Oh, no. It's like a Venus flytrap. We look at these people like they are something. Well, I have a 6-year postdoctoral degree. I used to have Venus flytraps when I was younger, and I learned the secret, but they're so fragile. I mean, they die really easy. Venus flytrap, of course, is not danger to human being, but they are to insects. You know, rawr, and it close down on insects. They have these little activated hairs where they gobble up worms and bugs and stuff, and they close in on them. The roots, it turns out Venus flytrap is top 4 domestic plants that are basically impossible to keep alive. The roots are really sensitive. You cannot use like tap water. Everybody makes that mistake. They put tap water in their Venus flytrap. They died. It's like, yeah, you can't use tap water. That'll kill a Venus flytrap really, really quickly. You have to use distilled water or rainwater. You have to have proper drainage and special dirt. They'll die in regular dirt. You have to use sphagnum moss. You can't overwater them. You can't underwater them. And you poke at the hairs, and people love to do that. Watch them close. It takes them days usually to open back up, and that drains their energy, which can cause them to die. And we look at these people with PhDs and whatnot, people that kind of look like this, like Einstein. We all look up to these people. Or the people in authority, like these unelected weasel bureaucrats, you know, that feel like they have a dictum over your life and my life. And I don't listen to these people, except I treat them like children. Children should be seen, and my fireplace is still frozen. Children should be seen but not heard. And we all think these people carry some authority. In a formal debate, there are no authorities. There's only experts and novices. These people are not authorities over... I'm of the firm conviction that of doing almost the opposite of 99% of everything the government says you should do. These people are fundamentally evil. We're all afraid of them, but people are cowards. They won't stand up to these people. These people are exactly like a Venus flytrap. Of course, they're no threat to human beings, if Venus flytrap isn't, but they're exactly like the human version of a Venus flytrap. They look quite formidable, you know, angry, and they got these, look like teeth, even though they're not teeth. And I used to have Venus flies. Like, why you can't keep these things alive? Well, as it turns out, they're really, really very, very fragile. And people that we see in life like that are exactly the same. You know, they stand behind security and whatnot, and they're these unelected weasels that other weasels have put up on a pedestal, and unintelligent people look up to them, and they, like, pay attention to what they say you should or shouldn't do with your life. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm a free person. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not taking your orders. You know, I unfortunately pay my taxes, which, you know, you kind of have to do. Don't fight with me on that one. Can all you want, but, you know, I don't break the law. I follow natural order, but I'm not going to listen to any of these people that think they're an authority over me, and I just laugh at other people that just, you know, they kowtow down to these fools. So many sheep in the world. They're just, it makes me sick to see. The sheep are always out there, but the things that have been going on in the past few years, you can really see the sheep now. There's a video out there. I won't tell you what country it's from, but I bet you could take a guess. Everybody has a digital passport, you know, with a bunch of fascistic garbage on it. And, you know, these government bureaucrats yelling in megaphones in a different language. I'll let you take a guess. And the video pans around down the street. All these people are on their knees, holding up their phones. I'll let you guess where that is. I'll give you one guess where that's at. Try that in the United States and see what goes. Try it. People, the sheep out there make me sick, but the cowardice that I see from other people that listen to these people as if they're anything. These, once again, these are the most dangerous people on earth. Intelligent fools. Well, that person has a PhD. He's authority. Ah, my fireplace. It came back. I don't care. I just thought it was funny. This is such an important lesson people need to learn. You weren't taught this stuff in college, probably not by your parents, certainly not go in high school or junior high school. It just makes me ill to see this. And it just continues, the tyranny, it just keeps more and more layers been stacked on in these past few years. I mean, it's always been there, but it's getting worse and worse and worse. Stop putting authority into people that... The person with the least authority is the person that thinks they have authority over you and or expresses it constantly, or even once in a while. They don't. I came into this world with nothing. I'm going to leave this world with nothing, just like everybody else. I am not going to listen to these people. I am not. No way, no how. They have no control over me at all. They could exercise it. They could do bad things to me, ultimately. I don't break the law. I pay my taxes. But I'm not going to listen to any of these people. They don't have my interests, my good interests or your good interest in mind. They don't. They're tyrannical. Just be aware of the fact that the most evil and dangerous people on earth have no wisdom. They are highly intelligent quite often, which means that they're manipulative. But they don't follow natural order. They don't know how the world actually works. They think they do, but they're not. Every horrible tyrant and people trying to exercise their iron fist over you or me in any way, shape, or form is an intelligent fool. They have no wisdom. I scoff at them. I roll my eyes at them. I will not listen to them. I will not obey. Obey! No, I will not. No way, no how. It's better to perish on your feet than it is to grovel on your knees. Unfortunately, the rest of the world, at least most of it, has turned into a bunch of spineless jellyfish or cowards, but just understand that there's fundamentally 4 different types of people out there. You need to have at least a little bit of wisdom to identify who they are. Once you identify who they are, predicting what they will say or do is very, very easy. And it's more important now than it's ever been, but it's always been really, really important, actually. Anyway, have a lovely week.